As researchers, marketers, and governments accumulate valuable information from personal data harvested continuously within our networked world, the emerging role of the data scientist grows in importance. How should these vast resources be used? What protections should remain? Big data ethics and opportunities. Our conversation with Intel Corporation's current chief data scientist, Melvin Greer, next on the NITAAC Outreach webcast. Engaging our industry stakeholders to inform the U.S. federal government on today's most innovative IT solutions. NITAAC proudly presents Solutions Showcase. Joining us today is the Director of Data Science and Analytics at Intel, Mr. Melvin Greer. Welcome to the program, Melvin.
Thank you, Todd, for having me.
Good to have you. Recently, the federal government released a big data strategic plan, and in that document, it kind of leads the federal government to a more data-centric approach to system development as opposed to an IT-centric approach. I'm very curious, from your perspective, what does that portend for systems, but ultimately for the use of the data they generate?
But this is the exact kind of pivot that we would expect from an organization that is one of the largest collectors and users of data in the world. The federal government is determined to harness the power of this data, and the ability to apply analytics, deep analytics, cognitive computing, and machine learning to gain better insights and get a better understanding of how to meet the transformational and innovation targets for the federal government is really the mission and goals that are set out in this big data strategic plan. I'm extremely excited about it because it means that we will now be able to take full advantage of all of the capabilities that are in analytics and not eliminate or not focus on IT, but ensure that the data-centric capabilities that are driving this approach are being moved to the top.
In all of transformation, there are three components in the equation: people, process, technology. We've talked a little bit about the process and the technology, but the federal government's also mandated the installation of chief data officers for every agency. And what is their charge? What is hoped to be accomplished with the installation of these folks?
Isn't that exciting, though? That the federal government has decided, you know what, we absolutely need to have somebody whose job it is to be responsible for the governance and management and security and sharing of all of these vast troves of data. It's a fantastic thing to be part of. It's a new role, but it is a very important one, especially as the CDO starts partnering with the CIO of these agencies in order to create, a strategic go-forward strategy for the agency itself.
It's such a broad job description, you would have to agree, for what they're charged with accomplishing. But as you look at the landscape, both from an industry perspective, also from the federal government, a number of disparate missions, they all have some core similarities, but where is the value going to be driven, and what can we expect from a priority perspective on where that value will emerge?
Well, we are seeing investigations in data science across every agency. This confluence of cloud, along with computational power increases, is driving agencies to investigate it at every level. We are starting to see some important priorities, though. Without question, health and life sciences is an important priority. And whether we're talking about the President's Precision Medicine Initiative, or whether we're talking about Cancer Moonshot, these are representative samples of the kinds of activities and projects where exascale computing and this large-scale computational power in the cloud are being applied to government missions in health and life sciences. Second priority might be cyber intelligence, and whether we're talking about insider threat or whether we're talking about understanding and mitigating the risk and vulnerabilities from external threats. The ability to apply data science is having a profound impact in accelerating innovation there. Third is modeling and simulation via high-performance computing. And so we are seeing a vast number of folks take advantage of the already invested high-performance IT computing capabilities and assets in government and applying them to a wide range of things for the transformation of missions in the government. And fourth would be a real focus on cognitive computing and machine learning. Our ability to use those as a roadmap to artificial intelligence is a key strategy in getting us to the fog computing and edge analytics that we're looking for.
This is such an important set of initiatives and is so much value for what the federal government and the American public can receive. So we thank you for your involvement. We know that Intel is building these solutions with a number of our partners on the NITAAC vehicles. So thank you for sharing your insights today.
Thank you very much, Dad. I appreciate being here.
Thank you. I hope you join us again. Mr. Melvin Greer of Intel.